My name is Laurel Anderson. I'm founder of Laurel's Originals, and I'm here in my art studio in Santa Barbara de Heredia in Costa Rica. And today I'm here to talk to you about how I apply designs to canvas rugs. Keeping in mind that I'm an artist and I love to do my own art, and I do art on rugs, but I also work with interior designers and clients to apply their ideas to rugs also. And so often they will send me a photograph, as is in the case with Tavi, who sent me this photograph. And she said, I would like this design on a large runner. And it was very large. It was like 4 foot by 10 foot, okay? And so, but she said, I don't want the leaves as close together as they are. And we came up with a size in proportion to the rug. So when you're doing a pattern on a rug, it's very important. Any size is okay. It just depends on what you want to see on the rug. Because I could have very small leaves on a very large rug. It's going to look very different than very large leaves. And so what I did is I go to a photocopier that specializes in making very large photos of house plans and property plans, maps, okay? And I give them the size. I send them the photograph and I give them the size. I'm going to show you the size that we made. Okay, I hope you can see that. So this gave me the proportion of the size of the leaf that would go onto the rug. I moved it around so that they weren't very close together, and then I hand drew and hand painted the palm fronds that went behind it. And she didn't want a very busy design, okay? So this is what we came up with. And that's how it worked out. And I've also used the same philodendron design for a runner that I called the philodendron rug. And I really like that one too. Okay, and another client, she wanted a large area rug with around the border a design that is inspired by the Sarchi Design. It's a town in Costa Rica, and it's a custom there for people to paint. They have a wood coffee carts. It's a coffee place. They grow coffee, and they have these wood coffee carts where they paint the wheels, and it's a very distinctive design. And so I went online and I found this photograph. And from there, I went to a photocopier and I had this one made. Okay, you can see that? Yeah. And it's large because it was a large rug. So with this, I can trace it onto the rug, and then I painted in non-traditional colors, okay, because the traditional colors are, I don't have it here, but it's like, oh, here we go. All right. So these are the traditional colors. All right. She didn't want that. She wanted something very different. So we applied the same design and we put these colors on the rug. That was a really fun rug to make. Okay, another client asked me to make a rug, and this was a large area rug. Actually, we did 2 runners, and then we did a large area rug with the design around the border. And it was what I call the stained glass design. Okay, and this is a beautiful design that you can find on the internet, and it's in many, many different colors. It's actual stained glass. I've seen it in green, and she wanted all blues. I also did it in a very long runner for a client with turquoise and blues. Now, this is paper, and if I'm going to do a lot of rugs with it and be working a lot with this design, what I like to do is I transfer it onto this tracing paper. This is called vellum, and it's actually thick, so it can really take a lot of pressure from your pen or your pencil. I like to use colored pencils, so I change the color so I can make sure that I've gotten everything. So if you traced with the red pencil, maybe the next time you'll trace with the blue pencil, and then that way you know that you're covering that area, okay? And so we've used this particular design on a lot of different rugs. Another client sent me a picture of her pillowcase, and she said she would like a rug for her bedroom. And so I took that picture of the pillowcase. It's a very complicated design, and I did this, and this is very detailed, so I was able to trace it on. Now when I'm tracing on large areas, what I do is I take the tracing paper and I tape it together, and I can make long big sheets of it, and then I roll it up on a tube when I'm not using it. But this makes it a lot easier to trace large areas. I like to use black. The blue is much softer. The blue is for pencil and the black is for pen and typewriters. And the blue smudges a lot more easily, so I do black. And after we trace on the design, we paint the design, and then we go back over with an eraser just to see if there's anything left over. But you just paint over it. It's really, really easy. Now, one of the most complicated designs that I did was the Chorotega. There are many Chorotega designs. Chorotega is a tribe of Indians here in Costa Rica that do beautiful pottery. And a client showed me this particular piece of pottery that she had in her home. And so somehow I had to take this design from this round pot, and fortunately somebody at the copier place had a lot of patience, and he was able to take that basic design and he printed this out for me. And I actually did this in many different sizes. I did it small, but the size of the rug was like a 3x5. And so again, proportion. Do you want it to look busy? Do you want it bigger? And I did a bigger one, I did a smaller one, and she said, can we do something in between? So it just meant going back to the copier and saying, now make it this size, make it that size. And then I can trace on the design. And this helps when you're doing a pattern. You want your pattern to be uniform, you want it in straight line, you want it in proportion to the size of the rug that you're using. So this is a good way for you, if you are interested in having a canvas rug in your home and you are looking at rug designs, or you're just looking at patterns. Fabric is a beautiful way to get ideas for designs. I love going to fabric stores and seeing different colors and different shapes. And so that's a way that you can use those designs to apply to a canvas rug. And as a canvas rug maker, that's a really great way to apply a design. Somebody sends you a pillowcase and said, can you do this on a canvas rug? So you can do your own art, or if you are working for somebody that has a very clear idea about what they want, you need to think about proportion, the size of the design, okay? And also, of course, the colors and everything else. So I hope that helps you. I hope that inspires you if you would like to have a canvas rug for your home. And I hope it inspires you if you're a canvas rug maker, and give you a little bit of help for making your canvas rugs. All right, thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to this channel if you're watching me on YouTube. The notification will let you know whenever I have a new video coming out. And sign up for my email, canvasrugcrafters@gmail.com. I have some things, I write to you things that I never tell anybody else. Lots of stories about Costa Rica, new projects that I'm doing, tips and tricks. and I'm looking forward to seeing you over there on my email. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.